Hello everyone, welcome to SAP Technomaniac. In this video, we will going to discuss cross join and right outer join. Both the joins are new in ABAP. Let's get started. So, for explaining cross join, I am using two tables. One is the T000 table and another table is a T100 table. So, if you see in the T100 table, in the T000 table, if you see the data, it's a client table. In this table, we have the client detail. For example, one SAP system can have multiple clients. One can be the development system, and another can be the testing system. Another can be for other purposes. So for my system, there is a 5 clients are there. So I can see the 5 clients. So that is the reason in this table, 5 entries are there. Same way T100 table you might already have aware of. This is message table where we have all kind of messages. So what I want to do, light went came. So what I want to do, I want to join this. I want to get the data from the T000 table, but for each client, I want to get all the data of the T100 table. This kind of requirement came. If what we will do, I want to for each client, the all the entries in the T100 table should repeat. So in this case, we can use cross join. Let me show you how we can do. Let me get data from these both the tables. Select from select from first. I will get the data from any table, it is fine. I will get from 3000 table. So what I want to get basically, let me open parallelly so we can see the data. I want to get two fields. One is client field from 3000 table, not O table, 3000 table is client CLNT. I can say, and I want to use cross join, and I want to get the data from T100 table is MSD table. This is message table, I can say. And fields, what fields you want to get? Fields. I want to get MNDT field from the CLNT table. CLNT client table. Control space you will do. Mandate field I want to get is CLNT, and second field I want to get from CLNT itself. I want to get this text. What is the description of that particular client? Control space CLNT I have to use. Control space. Oh, comma separated is. If you want any help from ABAP, you should not have any error. Then only you will get the correct help. As the description, I can say description. I will not write full name. And now, second table, I want to get the data from T1000 table. But the thing is that I want to get all data from the T1000 table, not only the not T100 table, sorry, not T1000 table. I want to get all the table data from the message table. So one way I can specify one by one all the name. There is one another way I can do. I can use like that MSG tilde operator and I star. This was not possible in older ABAP. If we are joining the table, we will not able to fetch from joined table all the fields. But now in the new ABAP, we can get all the data if even we are joining the table as well. And one another thing I want to explain, you can see I didn't use any where on condition when I'm using the cross join. So cross join don't require any join condition. Instead of whenever we are doing the inner join, left outer join or right outer join, it will require on condition. Without on condition, it will give us syntax error. So I can get those fields into table get the data it underscore result. And if I will use my template for size Sabarsi is initial. Then I want to display, obviously. Before that, I want to count the entries of this table. How to count? I will declare one new variable lv count, and what I will do, how to count any internal table lines. There is one method function is there in ABAP. You can use lines and you can pass the internal table. It will give us the lines of that table, how many lines are there. We will be display. I want to display how many lines of there. CL underscore demo underscore control space output, and I want to write down. I want to write down WRIT. I want to write down first those entries, count, and then I want to display the okay, control alt arrow down button, and I want to display that table as well. Display this table as well. Control C, control V. I want to count the internal table entries and I want to display that internal table. Shift F1, control F3. So now see the result, how result will look like. As I told you, if we combining T1000 and T100 table, what it will do, it will be, suppose T000 table is having 5 entries, as we can see, but T100 table, if you go in T100 table and see the how many entries are there, let me remove this condition and let me show you. Let me close this T1000 table. So if you click on number of entries, then you will get to know how many entries are there. Total 18,98,971. It's approximate. It's in million entries. So it will be multiplied by 5. Then how many entries we will get? I don't want to get this many entries. So that is the reason I require some condition to put. So I will get the less number of entries. So let me put quick filter on this particular field, and I will pass ABAP demos messages only. I don't want other messages. So I can see how many entries are there. 14 entries are there. And T000 table, how many entries are there? You can see 5 entries. So 14 multiplied by 5. So I think we will get in output 70 entries. Let me execute and let me put first this where condition. I don't want to get all the entries. I just want to get these entries only. Where, oh, sorry, again, new syntax. So we have to put where condition here. Where I want to pass this CLNT text. No, sorry, message, not CLNT. MSV control space ARBZV equal to this value, control V. Except F1, control F3. And let me do F9 to see the result. Oh, clear out the console, it's all data, don't worry. F9. Okay, one more thing I want to tell. So I got this issue before also. So this internal table, since we are not passing all the fields here, so this kind of output is not supported in using the CL demo output. Either we have to use CL salve to see, or we have to declare this field explicitly. Control 1. As of now, let me use our older method. One more template I will use here. Control space. There is something RAM which I created long back, so I can shift this particular statement inside the main. Shift F1. So it's nothing. It's a one as usual we do. If you follow me with older videos, we are having one local demo class inside that main method, and that main method we are calling inside that. Because it's why I am doing it, that kind of thing. The control one will give me this kind of things. I can declare the local variable like that. So declare local variable explicitly. So it will declare the local variable like this. So this is very useful. And now if I will try to display, control F3 and F9 again, let me try again. Oh sorry, one more thing I have to do. So since this is the table, it's not a structure. So we are getting the entire data. So we have to define like that. We want two field, and this is the structure we want inside this two field. So type, we have to declare type like this. Dot we have to declare the types again, type of this type, and again we have to put dot. This is again one of the frequent thing whenever we want one structure along with the two field, and then we want to create the table like that we have to do. So it's very useful. Control C. Either I would have used CL Salvo display, in that it would have displayed, but I don't want to use CL Salvo. I just want to use this table. Types, Control C, Control V, and put dot again, and types again I will use Control V and put dot. Step F1. Let me do now Control F3. I think now it will work. Step F1. Let me do Control F3 and F9. Y type, standard table of is correct. Begin of helper type. I did this one, client description message. This is include, sorry. I have to use as a include this one. Include type 300. I want to include this structure. Along with this structure, I want to additionally two field I want to display. So like that I have to use Shift F1, Control F3. Let me do F9 again. Yeah, now we got the result. So how we are getting the result? Now we have to focus on result. It's okay. So like that we can display. Since the CL demo output is not supporting the output, this kind of output, that is the reason I have to struggle to create a structure and all. Otherwise, if I would have used CL Salvo demo, then it would have displayed simply. So in this case, we are getting 70 entries. I told you how we are getting 70 entries. Let me split this editor. So we are getting for these 5 entries. You can see these are the 5 entries: 0, 0, 100, 100. Each entry of this 300 table is repeating. Suppose first entry is this one, 001 a message. It is repeating for all the 5 entries. So this is the way the cross join will work. It will get the all entries from one table, and then another table entry repeat for each entry for that table. So you can see like that. It's a visible. So like that, if this kind of requirement come, in this case they want to display for each client, they want to display for what all are the messages, they want to repeat those kind of things, we can use here cross join. But in older ABAP, we were not having this kind of cross join. Then how we were doing this kind of thing? That also I want to show you. So this cross join can be replaced with the inner join. But what we were doing that time, when we are doing the inner join, we want to pass some condition, but we don't have any condition. So what we used to do, on 1 equal to 1, step F1. So whatever we did here, whatever the result we are getting, we will get the same result over here. But since we can't pass without inner join, without the without any condition, we did here what we are doing inner join, but we are not passing any condition. So that is the means for all combination it will display. So it's nothing, it's a cross join only. So let me show you what result we will get. We will get again 70 entries only. Let me do Control F3 and let me do F9. So we got again 70 entries, same 70 entries got, but inner join with condition of 1 equal to 1. This condition and cross join both are similar only, not different. Previously we used to do like this, now we can use cross join as well. So this is the cross join in ABAP. Before going to right join, I just want to explain you why we did this thing. You know, if I will do include T100, and what is the difference between if I declare the type and the include? When I declare there is a type T100, then what it will do? It will be the deep structure inside the structure. If I use the include type, it is similar to if I declare the each of every field of this include one by one, and if I do that kind of thing, and if I am just including like this, both the things are similar. If I use with type, then it will become like structure inside the structure. I don't want a structure inside the structure, I just want all the fields of this particular structure. So in this case, it will give all the fields of this particular structure along with this two field. But in another case, it will be structure inside the structure. It will become deep structure. The deep structure is not supported in CL demo output. In the currently it is the ABAP on HANA only, but it is 1700 is there. When deep structure supported after 2020 and 2021, it is supported in the CL demo output. If you are having current system, you can directly get the output, not an issue. But in this case, we don't have that kind of support, so that is the reason I have to somehow to manipulate the data and I have to display. Let me go to quickly, let me comment it out, control shift less than, and let me go to quickly the right outer join. It's a very simple, I don't want to go in that much deep. Let me copy paste some data I already have. So what I am doing here, control shift greater than, I simply explain left outer join. It will take the data from the left table, and if it is there right table data, it will get, it will, if it is not there, the null values will be displayed because the data is not there. Same goes with the right outer join. It will take the old data from the right table, and from left table, if it is data there, it will take, otherwise it will display the null values. Same goes with that. So where we can display, suppose I have sales order and customer as usually we do. Let me clear out the console. So I'm using the right outer join. So inside this VBAK right outer join with the KNA1. So what it will do, it will take all the customer. For those customer, if there is some sales order, it will display. If it is not there any sales order, it will display as a null values. So like that, there is a difference again I am telling in the null and initial. So whenever we create new entries in the database from the ABAP, then it will generate initial values there itself. But if we are having not entries at all, there is no entry, it will be null. There is no entry at all in that database. And one more thing I want to tell regarding null and initial values. Suppose we have one existing table, custom table, and I have that is available in the database, and it is already data is available in the database. If you include one new field there in that table, and if you move to database, then data will be adjusted. So what value will be there in the existing entries? That is null values. And if you want some initial values for those particular new edit field, then you have to select the checkbox in the SC11. There is a checkbox called initial value. Then only it will be initialized all the values, and new value will be also initialized. So we have to make sure these kind of things whenever we are working on, when we are modifying the existing SC11 table. That is just for the knowledge purpose, and let me show you how it will be displayed. For in this case, for each customer, let me execute control F3. Let me do F9. F9. So it will be display. It got activated. It's still activating. So I commented correctly. Everything is fine. There is no error. Shift F1. I think system becomes slow. Control F3. Now activating this program, you can see the status message. Let me do now F9. Oh, it took time. Oh, I got it. Why it took time? Because there is too many entries, too many customers are available in the system. If you see for these all the customer, there is no sales order. Wherever the sales order is there, we are getting the sales order. Let me come down where is some entries are there for some customers. There will be something. Too many customers generated for this one. Okay, I got somewhere here. Let me go up. Okay, here. So I can see some of the entries coming, but skew cut. Okay. Let paste up. Okay, paste down. Yeah. So you can see for this customer there is a sales order. If there is multiple sales order for particular customer, it is repeating, that entries are repeating. But if some sales order is not having any customer, it is the null values we are getting. What values we are getting? Null values. And since the net price is coming from the sales order table, that is the reason it is having some values. Other, for any customer, the first field is the customer field, and second is the sales order, and third is the net price. We have tagged as the initial value. That is the reason there is some value coming as a 00 when we are displaying in ABAP. So you can see these are the entries we are getting using the write out as well. This was a bit lengthy video, but full of fact. There is a lot of things I have explained over here. I hope you learned something new from this one. Please like this video, subscribe this channel, and share these videos with others as well so they can also learn. With that, thank you and happy learning.